Welcome dear students for the online session of BCA course for the subject System Software pertaining to third semester of Kuvempu University. So today we'll have the online session 13 for the unit number 2. So in the unit number 2, dear students, you have learnt about assembler and the how to design an assembler. So today, in continuation to the same, we will learn about the format of databases used in an assembler. So before going on to learn the format of databases, let us have the recap of our previous session. In our previous session, you were able to understand the statement of problem and the data structures that were used during the process of designing an assembler. So the learning objective of this unit is to understand the format of databases we are using for designing an assembler. That is, what tables we are going to use, how the data will be stored. On these things today class will be focusing. So the outcome of today's session will be student will be able to understand the format of databases. So let us start with the format of databases. So in the previous class you have learned what is an assembler and how the data structures have been used in an assembler. Meanwhile, when I was telling about the data structures being used in designing assembler, we came to know that this database, this algorithm designing or the data structures which you are using, it uses a format for a databases there. So this databases format, this is the third and very crucial step in our design process. The main thing here is to identify the format and content of each of the databases. So this is very important there. So here we need to keep an eye on in what particular format the data will be used or it will be designed to be created in an assembler and what content each of the databases will be storing. That is the very important thing which we have in our step number 3. Next, when we are discussing about the format of databases, in the past two of design of an assembler, we need say MOT. You know already MOT stands for machine operation table, and this machine operation table is one of the database format what we are using. So it will contain the following things. First, it will contain the name of the operation which is going on, the length, that is to what particular bits or bytes are being used in pertaining that particular operation. Then we know that in an assembler for every operation we have its associated binary code, so that will be stored as a part of our machine operation along with the format for the machine operation. So this is the thing which we need to take care when we are discussing about the pass two of an assembler. Similarly, when we are into the pass one, which requires only the name and the length, here we are not bothered about the binary code and the format which we are using in the database. So for that, we understood in the pass 2 and in the pass 1 we have different fields being used for storing the value in our databases there. Therefore, when we are designing our assembler, we could use two separate tables with different formats and contents or use the same table for both the passes. So both the options are available for us when we are going for designing the databases for our assembler. And also the same is true for this directive or the pseudo operation table which is called as POT. So that is the same we can follow even for the directive or a pseudo operation table. We can also combine both the pseudo operation table POT and the machine operation table MOT when we are going for having the format of the databases. So finally, once we decide what information fits in each databases, it is essential to identify the what format we are going to store. So this is an online video pertaining to the format of databases. I think you're clear about these databases. So let's have today's session MCQs. So I'll pose the first question for you. The assembler stores all the names and their corresponding values in option A MOT, that is machine operation table, or pseudo operation table POT, or ST. You already know what is the full form of this ST. It stands for symbol table, or it is not going to store anywhere in the table. So I think you have guessed the correct answer, and the answer is C, that is the assembler stores all the names and their corresponding values in its symbol table. So let's go for the second MCQ. So the question is dash is the fixed table in assembler. So you have to tell whether it is symbol table, MOT, POT or literal table, that is LT. So I think the answer is what? POT, that is your pseudo operation table, is the fixed table in an assembler. So let's have another MCQ. So which is the general thing which we have put in this MCQ. One is assembly language uses what? Whether it is using mnemonics or an ASCII code, Unicode, or none is being used by the assembly language. So it's the answer is correct. It is mnemonics. In the introduction class only you have learned the mnemonics are being used in the assembly language. The fourth question is operation code field is present in where? The first one, is it present in programming language instruction, assembly language instruction, machine language instruction, or none of the above? So the operation code field is present in the machine language instruction. So let's have the last MCQ, and that MCQ question is a machine language instruction format consists of what? Option A, operand field, option B, operand code field, option C, operand field and operand code field, option D, none of the above. So the answer for the machine language instruction format consists of op field, that is opcode, as well as the operand field. So finally, dear students, so today's session what we understood is the format of databases which will be used in the pass 1 and the pass 2 of designing an assembler. So for further studies you can refer the book authored by John Donovan, and the title of the book is System Programming.